Hey guys, welcome to I'm Adam Kovic.
And I'm Bruce Greene. Don't forget it's Clap Monday.
Don't forget now.
Never forget. Never forget. Never forget.
And if you were looking to the PlayStation experience to show you why you should own a PlayStation 4, you may have been a little disappointed this weekend.
Yeah, that's true. Before we whine about video games, we should say at the top that it's pretty cool of Sony to host an event like this.
I agree. Yeah. The world does need more gaming events that are open to the public, so let's give Sony another clap. Yes. For being awesome.
One clap.
Just the one?
Okay, sorry.
PSX. Anyway, they gave us a reason to go outside, and I thought it was nice. I was at the event this weekend. I thought it was cool.
Now that we got that out of the way, damn, slim pickings at PSX this year. Boy, oh boy.
Very true. Yeah, longtime PlayStation fans were probably most interested in the reveals concerning the Final Fantasy VII Remake. If you'd like more info on that, please check out our coverage posted earlier today.
Yeah, it's episodic, apparently. Why sell a game once when you can sell it 5 times?
We'll see why. Moving on from there, we have some smaller headlines from an array of games coming to PlayStation in 2016. Let's go down the rundown. Lawrence.
So we'll cover the big announcements first. Epic Games announced their first PlayStation exclusive. Well, it's, PlayStation and PC, so console exclusive. It's another MOBA called Paragon.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got a man with robot arms and guns, so that's new.
Screams MOBA.
Hooray for another MOBA. 100 years of MOBA. Kids love it. Are we rich yet? Just give us the money. Next, the Studio Ghibli-inspired Ni no Kuni, the game for PlayStation 3, is getting a sequel, which is kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
It's called Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom. Woo. It's coming exclusive to the PlayStation 4 from Level 5, who developed the previous game.
Okay.
It looks anime as shit, and it'll probably take 120 hours to finish, so somebody out there is having a great day.
Wasn't Studio Ghibli actually directly involved with the last game?
Ni no Kuni? I think so.
I don't know. I owned it, and I got like 10 hours into it, so there's
Was it fun?
Same as everybody else.
There's a frog.
That's what I like to hear. Speaking of anime, Team Ninja is making a game that isn't crammed full of giant boobs.
Yeah, Nioh.
Is it Neo or Nio?
Neo.
Nio.
Neo.
Yeah.
Looks like a darker Onimusha, if anyone remembers that game. I do. Nobody else does, though. That's
anyway.
kind of like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
How do you say this, Lawrence? Koei Tecmo?
Yeah, you got it.
Koei Tecmo is publishing this right now exclusively for the PS4, and with a loose 2016 date.
Loose like that butthole.
They won't get that.
Oh.
It's not coming until later.
Yeah, that happens later in
I
the
forget
episode.
outtakes are at the end. So the last big game announcement is as predictable as our monthly outbreak of an unmentioned genital condition. MLB 16, this show.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's going to return next March for PlayStation 3 and 4.
Okay.
And will feature the Toronto Blue Jays third baseman Josh Donaldson on the cover.
Baseball!
It'll also have bullet time. What the fuck are you talking about, Lawrence? What's bullet time in baseball?
Baseball time? I don't know. It's called Critical Moments, and it'll let you slow down the game at critical moments.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
I thought only football players own firearms.
Games have gotten so realistic that we've already made them as accurate simulations of the sport, and now we have to go back and re-gamify the game's sport.
Remember Robot Baseball?
Mutant League!
Sony also announced a handful of new games for PlayStation VR, although some of them seem a little more like tech demos.
Yeah, specifically Eagle Flight is exactly what it sounds like. You fly around as an eagle.
The description for that game promises that you will quickly learn to perform impressive aerial maneuvers and engage in heart-pounding aerial dogfights in the blink of an eye. So maybe there's a game in there somewhere.
Yeah, YouTube commenters seem pleased as punch, though, as Maxim Copins sagely points out, quote, "You know it's good when there's a giraffe in the game."
Music game dorks like Lawrence probably enjoyed the reveal of Rez Infinite. Lawrence, why did you enjoy it?
Woo! I'm a big fan of Rez and Child of Eden. Basically anything Tetsuya Mizuguchi ever does. So this is an adaptation of the old rail-based music-based shooter game from Sega that no one ever played.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
They attached their vibrators to it, and they pulsed in time.
They did?
The game.
Happened one time.
They did.
Mizuguchi was wearing like a crazy Daft Punch bondage getup that had like pulsing lights all over it, but it had also rumble motors all over his body. So he was getting shook while playing a crazy, weird-ass, trippy-ass, acid-based music game.
That's what I want. A 50-year-old Japanese man telling my kid to put on a leather suit.
Leather sex suit.
Yeah, it vibrates, kids. Put it on.
Long-running aerial combat game Ace Combat is making its way to VR as well.
Yeah, Ace Combat 7 looks pretty fucking cool.
Sure.
From what I understand, you could do normal or VR. It seems to be fine. But does anyone even remember Ace Combat? Besides us, we're old.
There was one dude in the audience who remembered it.
Yeah.
He was really excited.
He likes it.
Woo! 100-foot robot golf is a little less self-explanatory. Well, actually it is. You and 4 other friends play a game of golf inside a city. In addition to stomping through a cityscape, you can also knock buildings over to block your friend's shots.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Golem from Highwire Games is a little Inception-y. In it, you take control of stone golems to explore an abandoned city.
Okay.
Looks pretty cool, even if it's one of those newfangled first-person exploration games. Sure. Walk around simulator. What do we call these, Lawrence?
I think they're called FPX, first-person exploration.
Hold on, I need to kill myself.
Finally, Sony Santa Monica announced the Modern Zombie Taxi Company, which again is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. What is it about VR games? Literal titles. Huh?
It's I don't know. I mean, you really just got to sell it. You're like, you do this thing.
You're a zombie taxi. You play cab driver has to bust around zombies.
God. Anyway, seems a little like a derp simulator reminiscent of EnviroBear 2000.
Yeah, I like that game.
Well, it's dumb. But it's in VR, so whatever. More of this stuff, the better.
And that just about covers all the big reveals. Just for fun.
What the hell?
Let's shotgun.
That's not all the reveals.
Oh, I'm sorry. Psychonauts in VR. Who cares? Just for fun, let's shotgun the rest of the interesting headlines. Lawrence, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a new trailer for Uncharted 4. It showed Nathan Drake meeting his little baby brother, or big brother. I don't know, I don't remember.
Troy Baker.
Anyway, at certain points, there's little prompts to let you decide what to say next. So, in addition to being an interactive movie, it's now a slightly more interactive movie.
That's what Uncharted needs, less action.
There's also a beta launch for Uncharted 4 multiplayer that'll run until December 13th. To get in the multiplayer beta, you'll need a digital or physical copy of the Nathan Drake collection and an active PlayStation Plus membership. So, they're not really doing you a solid there, but whatever.
Okay. Next up, we got Street Fighter V. They have a new character. His name's F.A.N.G, but it's an acronym.
What does it stand
F.A.N.G.
for?
It's pronounced F.A.N.G.
Oh, my bad.
Anybody know what it stands for?
Fucking awesome new guy.
He looks like one of the assassins from Kung Fu Hustle. Oh, neato.
Yakuza 0 is coming out in the West eventually.
Classic point-and-click adventure games Full Throttle and Day of the Tentacle are getting remastered from Double Fine, which is good news for the nostalgic 90s gamers out there.
I'm a couple of them. And Destiny had Sparrow Racing.
And Elise thinks Death's Gambit's kind of cool.
Those are cool. Right, Elise?
She's editing.
That's good. Good for her.
Before we wrap this up, we should make the disclaimer that, yeah, there were lots more games we don't have time to address. The Vita got some love, finally.
Really? I didn't even notice that, yeah. So PSX wasn't a bad showing from Sony, not really at all. But ultimately, it was lacking of any eye-drawing bombs, minus the Final Fantasy VII remake footage. Yeah. Hell, even the exhibitor list shrunk a little bit this year, right, Lawrence?
Yeah. By our count, last year had 19 publishers and developers all showing off games. This year, only 12, and Sony themselves went from showing off 11 first-party titles to 4.
Wow.
So, you know, a bit of a retraction, but that's okay. At least they still put it on, and I appreciate that.
Well, we have a new MOBA, though. MOBA.
Lord knows you guys weren't busy with League of Legends, Heroes of New Earth, Dota 2, Smite, Guardians of Middle-earth, Heroes of the Storm, Battleborn, Paladins, or Gigantic.
I just want one more.
Yeah, just more MOBAs, please.
How was there no Shenmue news? Shenmue.
Shenmue?
Game's already canceled.
Shenmue?
Got some bad news for you. Canceled.
Oh, Shenmue 3's gone.
I'm just trying to talk over the people behind us.
It's entirely possible for while a woman is giving birth to urinate on the child at the time.
Yes, yeah. You know what's also entirely possible? The skin between the anus and the vagina.
You pop
rips.
that.
Yeah,
you
rips.
pop that, and then you start pooping out of your vagina.
Oh, that's no good.
That's possible. God. It's possible, ladies.
I don't like thinking about that at all.
This is all those young ladies who get into arguments with their moms when they're teens, because that's what all young girls do. Remember, you're the reason she poops out of her vagina. So, thanks, Stacy.
I don't know. I could use the extra time in my day.